Michelleg, you don't know some sister that talk true. One of the baddest MC right now, talk true. Dinner on the game, Michelleg, talk true. Them can't size up, don't try that, yeah man.
Definitely EXO. Hi, Tifah.
Good love depends on the person. When she feel cross like a curtain, let the sun in and leaving a pretty little dot. Not leaving you, even though you won't say the look on a cuss you. You must say me have a girl and I not just you. Plus it too good for me to wanna just go. Look at this as someone where me can adjust to. Make me rough you up, then I'll get up and I'll show. She call me and say, hurry up. Me say me a come and she say me a go fast you. Then I go like I'm in love you, but I know my body weak to you. I'm not really feel so tired, I don't really want to sleep with you.
Hi, Reza.
Love them, you just really love to cheat with you.
I'm on time, I'm on time.
Look like she try to use her music. She said there's some R&B then use her foot. Can't find her up on. She sees them in no support. She said she clean up, she not give on the edge. She try to fall in love and I'm gonna she owe me up and said,
Young and Fresh Radio, what up, Street Madness?
Now you're finally next to me. Long time in the city, you know we got your clothes up. So much I want in my mind when we see your pose up. I want to take it out, take it out, take it out.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Sexy Kimmy.
Make it love. One girl look here, no one see your side. Always look good in a way you got on.
Winners, what's up?
Was not on.
About to get started in a little bit, people. Just rocking some songs real quick.
So she love me forever without 21.
Hi, Gaza, VP.
Take it up, take it up. I saw my feel when we miss a bud.
I'm usually out here on Wednesdays, but you know, some Saturdays we kick in some interviews. So today's interview is really special because it's Women's History Month, you know?
Makeup sex is the best sex. Pop me chest, you feel vex, yes. Me grab on by your like bench press. Then you get a pretty icky necklace. That I feel the love when me got express. Sweat a drop in your face. Make the position to make the bed rest. So sorry, say me hurt you, girl. Forgive me, me no remember her. You need me, I need you. Makeup sex is the best sex, truly. You are my best friend. Makeup sex best sex, Julie. You are my best friend. No more lipstick on my shirt sleeve. Wine bandit, make me hurt leave. Mind up there, no shoes, please. Come on, come down, please. Yeah, my AC blew a cool breeze. Looking at the jar, you see up you. Dead 2 G's when you leave. Excuse me, so sorry, say me hurt you, girl. Forgive me, remember her.
Alright, I think Miss the Queen is ready. I think the Queen ready.
Makeup sex is the best sex, Julie. You are my best friend. Makeup sex is the best sex, Julie. You are my best friend. Makeup sex is the best sex. Come and chest, you feel vex, yes. Make a band by your back.
Let me get more than this and Tifah, I know so good with my wallet. Swear, yo, all you need is my love and I need a hot booty. Every time you walk in, woman is supposed to go to money. But we'll take you off, never send me I don't know you are.
Greetings.
Push it in my mirror so that all alive I can see from my face and anywhere that you like. Boy, just pull up on the Tifah. Yeah, I'm doing the Tifah, you right.
Good afternoon, dear. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am fabulous. I'm so happy to speak with you today because you know it's Women's History Month, and there's a lot of people that don't know that they are female record label owners. Show that hat. 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 That's the hat.
Yeah.
They don't know that there's female record producers out here as well, because you know this is a man's driven type of world.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, they're aight. So Tifah, welcome to Get With The Fix with Michelleg. This show is usually on Wednesdays, but I wanted to talk to you outside of the show just because there's so much that we need to learn about you. And no lie, when I put up your videos, I got a, oh snap, she do that?
That's usually the response I get.
That's usually the response that you get. Why do you think that's the response that you get? Like, what's up with that?
I feel as if because like us as females, we tend not to want to like brag and boast about ourselves. And I wouldn't call it bragging and boasting. I would just say being confident in our craft and knowing that we did something well, and you should be able to pat yourself on the back and let somebody know, say, hey, I produced that.
That's right. That's right. Tell them again. Say, I produced that.
I produced that.
So, Tifah, tell us about your name. Like, why the name Tifah the Queen?
All right. So, my full name is actually Tifah Tafari Fletcher.
Okay.
So, I know everyone knows, like, Queen Latifah from, like, movies and everything. So, when I was trying to come up with a name for even myself or even the label, I wanted my label to still represent me. So it was actually like Tifah the Great or something like that before. I was like, nah, that doesn't like resonate. And then I was like, Tifah the Queen. I'm like, oh, okay, that can work. So I just named the label Tifah the Queen Records, and also as producer Tifah the Queen. So Latifah, Queen Latifah, Tifah the Queen, turn it around. Still works.
Still works.
Still gets the same reaction.
Okay, dope. Now, who inspired you to be where you are today? Like, who is your greatest inspiration?
I would say my family and friends are my biggest inspiration.
Okay.
I would say my family because anything that I've said I was going to do, they have never told me no. They have never like, oh, maybe not. They're like, whatever you choose, we're behind you 100%. Friends are the same.
Okay.
A lot of them are artists as well.
Okay.
And they would encourage me if something doesn't sound right. They say, "Yo, try this or try that," and it works. So, my friends and family.
Nice. So, at what age did you decide that you want to get into the music business? Because you have degrees in other things. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But at what age did you say, you know what, this is the road that I want to take?
Actually, I actually started playing instruments in middle school.
Okay.
I was in a band. And then when I went to high school, I played sports, but I still had musical talents and stuff. So I played a lot of different instruments, and then I started making beats. So you can say around the age of like 17, I started
At
making
17, you
beats.
started making beats?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it wasn't for anyone else. It was really just for me because
Okay.
I liked the way it sounded. And a lot of times we, as creatives, rather listen to instrumentals than actual songs. So I used to just like play them over and over and over. And then the end of 2019, no, the end of 2018, I was talking to one of my friends. His name is Precise. He's an artist as well. And
Okay.
I was like, hey, I want you to listen to this and give me like your honest opinion. I didn't tell him I made it. And he listened to it. He was like, yo, that really made tough, man. I will build it. I'm like, yo, you can't tell anybody I made it. Just shush. And he was like, are we going to make a bet? And if you lose the bet, you're going to have to become a producer. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to win, so it doesn't even matter. So he voiced a song on it, and we released it and didn't tell anyone that I actually produced it. And we got good feedback, and I lost the bet. So 2 years later, here I am.
2 years later, here you are. Based on a bet. Now, you said at 17, like, were you sitting in your room bored, or like, what was going on at 17?
No, actually, I used to have a virtual DJ setup. And I used to just like download like acapellas and try to put them on like other instrumentals, and then it just evolved from there. Like, how would it sound if I bought the equipment and try to like make some beats and see what it sounds like, and start, just self-educating with like music production. And it just grew from there, and I got better and better at it, and here we are.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us some of the stuff that you have college degrees in, because I'm trying to figure out how you got to here when your stuff is like over here.
All right. So I have a bachelor's degree in pre-medicine and human performance with a concentration of exercise physiology.
Okay.
And I also have a master's degree from Harvard for entrepreneurship. But there's one that I got, actually, I was in the Cambridge program in high school, so I have a degree from Cambridge as well, along with my high school diploma.
Okay, so you have all these degrees. You go home to your parents, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I got all these things, but what I really want to do is music. What was the reaction?
2 weeks before graduation, I called my mom and I was like, yo, I honestly don't think I want to be a doctor anymore.
Sheesh.
She was like, well,
wait,
okay.
Hold on. You call your Jamaican mother and tell shit that you don't want to be a doctor anymore. Yeah. Tell me the full reaction, because I know it wasn't like, okay.
Like, okay, growing up in America, like, by myself, I've worked, I've gone to school, I still take care of my mom and my sister back home and everything. Okay. So with my decision making, my mom she's not like, oh, if or ands, it's just whatever we choose, she'll stand behind that decision. So it was just one of those. I'm like, it's not like I didn't graduate or I don't have these
right.
And I cannot go back and do them.
Yes.
I completed all those. I have those accolades under my belt, but music gives me something more. And I tell everyone, it's not just about music. It's where music actually places you. Okay. It sounds messed up, but it's just the truth.
Okay. Explain that a little bit.
If Popcorn pulls up next to me right now, wherever I am, it's going to be full. If 2 doctors pull up here and they can save like 10 people, no one's going to come out here. So we should still look at the place where music actually puts us in people's lives. When people listen to music, it changes your entire mood. When people listen to music, it's not saying being a doctor doesn't change lives or give a person that aspiration to be a doctor.
Right.
That could just be your why.
Yeah.
So, but music gives you a different reach into people's homes.
Yes.
All right. no, being a female kind of takes it another level.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
We live in a society where women, it's like, oh, you do this good for a girl, or you do this for that, or whatever. But we're just creatives, and we just want to create. So I'm pretty sure you've gone through that as, you know, being a female DJ and stuff like that. So it's just, music can transcend a lot of things. It can help you create change in different areas. My initial goal, I come from a place called Niskas. It's actually in the Blue Mountain Peak area.
Okay.
And it's very dirt roads, no light, those type of things.
Okay.
But even because of that, if I can use music to put me in places where I can create change, then music is what I'm going to have to do.
Definitely.
And when I do get the chance to make that change, with all of my schooling and all of that, I can literally use that to create an infrastructure to build my community or wherever I'm going to go.
I love it. I love it because you see the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone has to see your bigger picture, but as long as you see it, that's how I function on a day-to-day basis. Nobody needs to see my bigger picture. I get it. I understand it. So I'm going to do what I need to do to get there.
Definitely so.
Definitely. Now this song, because this is the song that I posted, and people are like, what? This. People are like, what?
I think no one really listens to the tag. They just listen to the song. But when you do, like, say to them and they listen to the song, they're like, oh, that's you? They're like,
yeah. Tell us about that. Like, how did that happen? With
the collaboration?
Yes.
Well, at first, Ritical voiced for me the song that I told you, No Reason.
Yes.
And they're both in the same camp. So when Skilly heard my beats, he reached out to me and said he wanted some beats. And then one day I came home from work and, like, I create beats off of energy.
Okay.
And that's how I'm feeling. And that day, I felt like I was on top of the world. I created like 4 beats. And I sent it to him, and 50 Bag was the first song he sent back. So it was just like, I create beats simple but complex, simple enough so an artist can have free and full reign of this creativity. It's not too crowded. And if you listen to the actual instrumental for 50 Bag, if the how can I say it? If the collaboration wasn't like there, you wouldn't have gotten that type of feel from 50 Bag.
Okay.
Jamaicans have enough weed sound. I'm just saying. But that one, it was just perfect.
Yeah. It's definitely a dope song. I'm telling you, when I posted it, they was like, what? A girl? Like, yeah, a girl. A girl. Now, when I first came in contact with you was on Clubhouse. Yeah. And I was just listening to you talk. And I said, after that, I said, you know what? I have to talk to her because I'm like, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I did not know that there are women producers that do this music. I didn't know that. We always see just the men. So when I heard you say that, I was like, oh, nah. I have to talk to her.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out. It's really just a mission of mine still, because I know other female producers, but they don't take the forefront of promoting myself. Even the artists that we do voice, my artists that I signed to my label, they call my name in every song. Like, they're going to know it's me. Yes. But it's each person's responsibility to, I give you a strength, you give me a strength. And these artists, you're getting a rhythm you love. Why not reciprocate the same energy you're getting?
Do you think that is because you're a woman and they would do it more for the guys? Do you think that's what it is?
Well, I think it's just something that it's just customary. It's embedded. Okay. They don't really know that they're doing it until you actually bring it to their eyes. Like, hey, say do this, and they must say, oh, for real, I didn't know that. A lot of them, it's just second second to none. Like, it's just easy in
Okay,
their
so
minds. Because
you're one
like,
of, go ahead.
I'm listening.
No, so you're one of those producers who are like, yo, dog, well, my name not that important. Like, what's up?
Not necessarily, no. It's just my communication with my artists that they
Okay.
feel as if I have to give my friend, producer, colleague, that type of strength.
Okay.
It will reciprocate. Like, I'm not just a producer. I'm actually friends with my artists. So they go
Okay.
through anything or whatever. We have actual genuine conversations. So
Good. So in this man-driven business, how do you make sure that you stand out and they give you the respect as a woman?
well, talent speaks for itself.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, men don't watch people. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Like, men don't watch people. Like, if I can do a song and I send it to my mom's WhatsApp and she play it, I'ma come home or I'ma fly home and it's her ringtone, I do my job.
You know you make it, right?
All right, I'm good. I'm good. No, it's cheaper. So it's not necessarily about trying to fit in. You just create your own table and create your own lane and do what you're doing. And people who supported you from the beginning will support you, and everybody else would eventually fall in line.
Yeah. You are so smart. Like, you're so dope. You're so dope. Now, do you have your own record label?
Yes.
Okay. How did you even start that? Like, did you wake up and be like, I want to do this? Like, how did that come about?
The label?
Mm-hmm.
It all comes back to but I grew up half of my life here in Jamaica and the other half in the US.
Okay.
So certain fundamental things that I've like taught myself to like rivet in my brain all comes back to ownership. Okay. A lot of us rather take the shorter road or the easier road and just get this from that person or get that, but in the end, are we really educating ourselves to say, I actually don't need a degree to own my own business, but I need a degree to work for somebody.
Yes.
I could just be a beat maker and sell my beats to other producers and they're putting out productions, but will that production represent me the way I want to represent myself?
Yes.
9 times out of 10, that's a no. So when you have that mindset of just creating your own, I'm building a brand.
Yes.
It's not just a label. We have clothes, we have merch, we have other stuff actually coming out, YouTube, all those different entities.
Okay.
We deal with music publishing, also have a distribution company.
Okay.
It's just each of these things are like barriers that I've run into. And then I do the research and realize, oh, I can do this for myself.
Right.
How do I do this?
Okay.
All right. Get to the right people that I need. All right. That done, get the business registered. All right. First step is registered.
Right.
Second step, we need a logo. Third step, you trademark it.
Yes.
Fourth step, start creating stuff. Copyrights, all these different things. And once the foundation is set, then you can start building from there. A lot of people don't really think about that. They're like, oh, that's too much work.
Yeah.
Just a too much work part for a lot of people.
Yeah. Now, you have your whole entire company. When you initially started, like, what was the fight like? Did you get a fight? Like, who the heck do you think you are? You're a woman coming into this business. Like, who do you think you are?
Yes, got some fights along the way. I think a lot of other females in any industry kind of go through this. You're looking for genuine help or you're looking for genuineness in the industry, and it's like, oh yeah man, I know if you do that, man, just come link me, and when you fly from Jamaica, you come check me and I show you how to do this. And I'm like, yo, I'm talking about work.
Yes.
Like, I have to physically be in front of you for you to show me.
Right.
And why are you implying that to me? because I'm a female.
Right,
Like,
right. Oh, then she got a phone call. She'll come right back in, guys. She probably got a quick phone call. You know, when you're doing interviews and stuff, your phone tends to ring at the wrong time. Let me just play some music in the meantime. Oh, there she goes. All right. Somebody call you, huh?
yeah.
I know.
So it's really just learning how to be militant, which is hence the whole queen, because you're not going to address a queen certain ways. Like,
definitely.
And a lot of people don't know that word is actual power. So whatever you call yourself, eventually it will come into reality. So Tifah the queen. A lot of people don't know. The more you say it, even though a lot of people literally just call me queen, and I answer. So I was like, what? Like, why am I gonna call that queen? And it's like, you call everybody as everything else. Like, why didn't you call me that?
Hello.
But it really comes down to, and it's not like, oh, I feel like I'm better than anyone. It's not about that. It's just keeping yourself to a certain standard and keeping it there. That's really it.
Okay. Now there's a lot of conversation around women artists in the field, and the fight and the reaction that they get from the producers and the record labels about not taking them seriously. What is different about your record label compared to a man's record label?
Well, the difference between my label and other labels is, as long as you can do the work, you're dedicated, and you have the talent and the drive to do the work. I don't really care if you could be blue, pink, female, anything. It's really like, a lot of us just need to take the whole gender thing out of it and just look at the work. Like, are you actually creating productive work?
Right.
Then we can have a conversation. Because a lot of people, they must say, oh, yeah, man, female, and the artist, she can sing and she's really, really good, but are you actually putting her sexuality in front of her face every time? You're not necessarily seeing what her talent can actually bring to your label or add to the label, which is the biggest fight a lot of female artists face. Is because, okay, I go to your studio, I may not have the funds to pay for studio time, and then you're going to want to play some quid pro quo stuff with me and tell me, oh, if you give me this, then you get that, and and you're not serious. And so it's really just, we just need to kind of dial back and say, yo, if you have real talent, support the talent.
Right.
And it will still work.
Right.
But in the other sense, me as a female producer, even other artists may still try to talk to me. It's just I don't know if it's just how they're wired or whatever, but it happens all the time. Like, hey, you know, someone like you, and I'm like, that's not what we're talking about.
We're not here for that.
But it's really for an individual to still govern themselves at the end of the day.
Okay.
You being a producer, you have to act professional. You have to be professional.
Yes.
This is your job. You have to take it serious.
Yeah.
An artist, even though a lot of people see the glimmer and the glamour and the Hennessy and the this and the that, you're working.
Yeah.
Because if you're not working, you're not making any money.
True.
And if you're not making any money, you cannot live a decent life. So even though you see us in the studio, we're holding a vibe and we're this and we're that, it looks fun. Yes, it is fun, but we're working. We're working. So you have to treat it as work. We're not just throwing away our money for studio time and this and that and everything. And so you have to take it as work.
Definitely. So Pedo said, but equally, if an artist knows that they have talent, it's important for them to stand their ground and not conform to the stereotypes.
A lot of artists, what really happens and what catches a lot of them, even male artists, they don't have the resources.
Okay.
So, I can deal with this for a time until I'm strong enough to move away from it, and by that time it's literally too late.
Yeah.
So even with me, my artists, I'm not gonna run them down to say, yo, you need this and you need that. I, as a producer and as a business person, you have to think about the easiest way to network to still get the job done and keep the quality where it's supposed to be.
Definitely.
You can do a lot of things without money by networking.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Now this other song, this Jada Kingdom.
Yeah.
Let me get more than a listen.
I love that everybody just says your name. The craziest thing about this song is that when you're playing music, you don't really pay attention to the beginnings of songs when producers' names are being mentioned. And I'm going to be honest with you about that. This is actually the first time I'm hearing your name called on this song, and I've listened to this song.
Yeah, because not a lot of people are actually looking for that.
Right.
It's kind of like how you would hear like, I'm in London, got my beat from London. Once you hear that, you already know the producer.
Yeah.
So that's something that American producers do.
Yeah.
But Jamaican producers don't necessarily do that.
That needs to change.
Yeah, because Jamaican producers, a lot of them just want to be in the background. I'm good, and nobody doesn't really have to know me or whatever. But you can literally become a sponsored producer.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think about that either.
Yes.
You can be a sponsored producer.
Yeah. Like DJ Khaled.
Sponsored producer.
Right?
Everybody wondered why DJ Khaled is in all his videos and him just said, we the best. That's all he says, and he's in the videos. He's marketing himself.
Yes. Very
He's
important.
Building value in his brand.
Very important. Branding now, in the essence of branding, how do you make sure that you're staying in the element of what it is that you're trying to do out here for this industry?
Branding wise, I'm also a graphic designer.
Okay.
So like t-shirts, hats, pullovers, all those stuff. This is easy to do. Anyone can do this.
Okay.
You may not know me, but once you see this 10 times, it's going to rivet in your head. You're like, yo, I saw that somewhere. Like, where did I see that again? I flashed across your TV. It's the same thing every Fortune 500 company does.
Right.
If you hear it on the radio and you see it on your TV, then you see it on your phone, and you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're 10 times more to actually purchase the product if you see it and hear it and all those things over and over again. So every artist should think of themselves as a brand.
Yes.
So when you come on my Instagram, I'm always in a Tifah the Queen shirt. I'm always in a hat. I'm always in a pullover. You're like, yo, every time you see you, you're never out of like clothes. You're never out of your own stuff. And it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
But a lot of people overlook that. Social media, when a person sees that, other companies can still reach out to you to promote their stuff because of how you actually carry yourself.
Right. Definitely.
This is how any athlete would get sponsored by Nike or Adidas or Jordan. It's the same thing, but you're just promoting yourself and building your own brand's capital and, that equity in your own business to say, oh, I can charge somebody $150 for a shirt, but it's not worth that. But because of my name, the person is going to buy that.
They'll pay it.
That's how we just got to look at it. So marketing, I actually sit down and still study. I do my own studies every morning and stuff pertaining to marketing and how I can reach a broader audience and kind of give them what they want. It's the same thing that we all have to look at pertaining to even music, how a cover art's done, how it's actually pushed out to the general public. Like, let a couple people hear it. What's not
Yeah.
good, what's good. And then you target the individuals that's actually looking for that song, and you will, gain revenue from that.
Definitely. The Jada Kingdom song, that, let me just bust it a little bit again.
Yes.
That song, how did that come about? Like, did you get a phone call from her management team and was like, yo, we need you on this track?
Actually, no. I got a text from Jada herself.
Wow.
And she was like, yo, it's Twinkle. And I leaned to my sister. I'm like, yo, who is Twinkle?
Who is
And
Twinkle?
she was like, yo, Jada Kingdom. She was like, yo. Then she forwarded me the beat. And she's like, hey, I got your number from Skilly. I actually wanted to get on this beat. Can you email it to me? And I'm like, so my sister was like, I said, honestly, I don't know who it is, but we're going to see if it's her really. Because anyone can get your number and say that.
Yes,
so
yeah.
I sent it, and then she texted me back and she was like, oh, check your email. I sent over the demo. And then when I listened to the demo, I realized it was actually her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like that. So she seeked you out because of the good work that you did for Skelly. Yeah. Look at that. Networking. Quick, easy networking. Now, when we had a conversation during the week, you said basically that you're working on building your own brand to create positive change within the dancehall space as a female producer. And your aim is to change the narrative about females in this male-dominated music industry. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Just being confident enough to reach out to these artists, because you have the talent. Why not put yourself out there? Like, you have the talent.
Yeah.
And a lot of these other producers, they will see the talent, collaborate with you, and then don't mention you. Yeah, it doesn't take anything for you to mention somebody. If you value the work so much, it doesn't take anything to actually mention the other party that's a part of the production.
Very,
right?
Very true.
It's not gonna take. I always tell people, like, all right, just for keepsake, if Cartel reach out to me right now,
put it to the universe. If
Cartel reach out to me right now and call my name, who are they going to give the credit to say, oh, a Cartel forward Tifah the Queen to the world? Yeah, these bigger artists, they should know the type of power they have. It's not necessarily saying, oh, I cannot put myself out there myself without anyone's help. But it's the same thing with even a younger artist. Yeah. They all listen to the radio. They're all on Instagram. They do see the work that everyone's doing. Oh, I like this young artist. Now go boss him. It's the same thing that happened in the older times of dancehall. Right. But no one really, like, if you're not in the musical spaces where they talk about these things, you're not going to know that, oh, a Bounty bring out Cartel. Yes. Ninja Man brought out all these artists, and they're still front runners in the music today. Yeah. So we just have to look at that and just build on the old with the new, and just actually build dancehall and reggae together stronger. Yeah. So when I say I'm trying to change the narrative, everyone's looking for somebody to, like, rob them or thief them or swindle them. Right. Why can't we just collaborate and work and know, say, okay, our actual fight is like reggaeton or like Afrobeat, and let's come together as a genre and compete internationally with everybody, because we have the baddest rhythm makers. We have the baddest artists. And it's like, I'm not like tooting anyone's horn, but if you look at Jamaica as an island, we compete internationally, but there's only some of us that are there. I know a lot of beat makers. I know enough artists, but it's really just not having the correct resources. And artists as well and producers have to be willing to learn and take telling, because somebody has done it before. Are you actually looking for the blueprints from these individuals to actually better yourself
Mm.
and also the ones around you. Because you're only as strong as your weakest link.
True. Very, very true. Now, this song, with the call, No Reason. Did you produce this song or it's on your label?
I produced the song and it's on my label.
Okay. Oh, look at you. Look at you. So, because you said Ritico and Skilly are in the same camp, and that's how. So, how did you
they're in
start
the
working
same
with
camp.
him first?
You may have heard the other artist from Eastside Records called Koinga.
Yes.
Koinga actually introduced me to Ritical.
Okay.
Because Koinga actually voiced a song for me that the files got messed up and we didn't release it. But it's the same thing that I'm saying. Like, I made at that point in time, I just started. So I had like a whole bunch of beats and I would just send them out to the artists. I'm like, yo, how you sound this? And honestly, Richie Cut is like a rhythm junkie. As you send him a rhythm, he write a song, and you send him a next rhythm, write a song. But those songs really got the highlight that they did get is because I voiced these songs or these artists on their way up.
Oh, okay. So you're that chick, huh? You're that chick, huh?
Yeah, so I voiced them on the way up. So when Ritical voiced that song, nobody really know who Ritical was if it wasn't like people locally. When Skilly voiced me, the song before that was Brick Pon Brick. Then when Brick Pon Brick skyrocketed, the follow-up song was 50 Bucks.
50 Bucks, yeah.
So it's like they voiced the songs and then they started to rise. So the songs actually started to get more forwards and more listens and more plays. And it literally just like benefited me. And then it's really what you do when you get up to the door. So those songs can take me up to the door. Now, what am I going to do? It's actually open and walk through.
Yes. Yeah. Talk about that part again, because I think a lot of people get to that door. They're like, all right, I'm here. And then they just stop. What do you do next?
Well, it's really just doubling down on this, because every day is not going to be the same. True. You're going to have bad days where you don't feel like you want to do music anymore. But it's the moments where you hear like a little kid in the neighborhood play the song, and he may not know you produced it, but their reaction to the song or what the song actually speaks volumes, then it kind of gives you a different type of drive not to stop music, which all comes back to your own circle. If you do not have a circle that you can literally charge up from, you're going to be depleted every time.
Oh, that's powerful. That energy is powerful.
Getting up to the door, you have to have a team behind you that's always like, yo, don't stop, don't get comfortable, keep making beats, keep producing, let's find different ways to market ourselves, let's find different ways to put songs out, different style, different flows, try to get some collaborations. Like right now, what we actually need in dancehall is a lot more collaborations.
Yeah.
Everybody is just all for themselves. So I put out a song, I'm good. Yeah. All right, we're good on this side. We don't need to collaborate. And I feel like collaborations and like juggling. I'm actually working on a juggling right now.
Okay.
And also a medley.
Okay.
So those things bring back the party vibes, that fun feeling where 2 artists or 3-4 artists can literally compete on the same rhythm and give that energy the entire like project through. Okay.
M Vision has a question for you. What do you see?
DAW.
What DAW do you use? Oh, what DAW do you use? What is DAW?
I use it's the music software.
Okay.
Yeah. I use Ableton specifically for beats. I use Machine. That's a native instrument. So that's Machine. I use Machine. Yeah.
Okay. So Envision.
Yeah, definitely. Just DM me.
There you go.
Yeah, just DM me and I'll respond.
There you go. There you go. Now, do you have how many artists do you have signed right now?
Actually 4 artists currently.
Okay. Okay. So they're working on stuff. Should we be expecting anything coming
They
out
have
real soon?
music out.
Okay.
But what I'm really doing right now is just kind of getting a lot of songs voiced, and then
Okay.
we just go on cruise control after that. So
Okay.
it's more so everyone always worries about, okay, are we gonna stay consistent? If you actually set, it's kind of like how Ford was made. You have to create that assembly line.
Yes.
We make
Yeah.
the beats, we voice all the songs, you get them mixed, and then everything just rolls out like clockwork. So we're in that process right now. I signed them in January.
Okay.
And they decided to sign with the label, and a lot of them were friends, like old
Okay.
friends.
Okay.
So we have that type of relationship where we may not always agree, but we are family and we work like that. So when we all get together, it's only good things that's coming out.
Nice. 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 Now I saw this song today with D Chronicle and Kasik.
Yeah.
Kasik is like one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people. So I just want to drop this song like real quick. Because I know D Chronicle is on your label as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Hold her tight like a highway pilot. Love scared, watch her side up. Smooth, baby, bite up. I straight like a car when it fly up. She's beautiful.
Who do you have in the car? Is that D Chronicle?
Yeah, this is D Chronicle.
Hi, D Chronicle. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, I'm playing your song right now. So, how did you find D Chronicle? Like, how did you find him, and what made you decide that he's one of the artists that you want to sign to the label?
I think we just found each other, really.
Okay.
Yeah, like through like a family friend, and we pull up on him house and we start playing some rhythm, and I say, yo, like get my contact, and we started talking from there, and it just clicked.
Okay. Nice.
So all of the artists, like I've been working with them previously, like any information that I get that actually is beneficial to them, I would still like share it with them.
Okay.
And just got to the point where like, yo, you should like just take this up seriously. And we just start doing work and sign them, and that's the part where a lot of people don't really like meds the legal side, business aspects of things. Like, yes, we may be friends, but let's do this officially on paper.
Yes.
I'm legally obligated to you.
Yes.
You're legally obligated to me. Even though we share the same passion, on paper we're good. We don't have no problem. Instead of 4, 5, 6 years pass, and then say we have a falling out. None of your songs have my name on it.
Right.
You're not getting your own, right? And then it's like a whole volcano in Europe later. So we don't really want that.
Yes. That's Envision. Envision is working hard today.
Man say. So you know.
Chronicle Envision. Know him.
I believe so.
No, Chronicle.
Let him tell you about the reason.
D Chronicle, while you're right there, let me ask you this question quickly, right? What is so dope about working with Tifah? What is dope about working with her?
The realness.
Okay.
It's not a fake facade or anything. It's a real individual trying to help the persons who are normally overlooked and underrated, and not given the time of day to kind of get that platform. So
Okay.
that it's good. It's good.
It's good. It's good. I can tell you're smiling. So, Tiff, I just want to say this, right? When I talk to a lot of people, and when I talk to artists, what I love is the fact that they can articulate a sentence. So that I'm telling you, when I just spoke with him, I understand your business sense right now. I get it.
Yeah, because if something happens to me and I have to hand them the phone, they got to know how to talk.
Yeah,
they got to explain exactly where I'm coming from to actually let you know, hey, this is what we want to do and this is how we want to do it, and this is so you have to think about those things.
Yeah, definitely. So one final question I have for you, right?
Yeah.
There's a young girl out here who wake up one day and say, I want to be a producer. I want to own my own record label. I want to own my own company. All of these things encompassing. Give her some advice.
Don't stop. Believe in yourself, because no one believes in you if you do not believe in yourself. You don't need the most expensive equipment. You don't need brand new equipment. Start small and then grow. All you really need is some headphones, a laptop, and a software. People voice in cars these days. You don't need a fancy studio.
True.
For the first 2 years of me making beats, my setup was directly next to my bed. When I stepped out of my bed, I bumped into the chair and my computer is right there. So don't let that stop you.
Okay.
Always just keep creating. What you hear today may not what you hear tomorrow.
Yes.
So the more you actually work at it, it will come.
Definitely.
And people are gonna doubt you. Just never doubt yourself.
Amen. Amen. I love that last part. People are gonna doubt you. Never doubt yourself. Tifah, please give everybody your social media handles, who they need to reach out to work with you. Because your inbox and stuff is probably gonna start going crazy. So
yeah, that's fine. I'll respond. So you guys can follow me at Tifah the Queen Records on Instagram. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Tifah the Queen TV. My email is in my contact here, and also my phone number. You guys can WhatsApp me. Please be mindful of my time, and please be mindful of yours. Right? If you're going to text me, please put full sentences. I do not answer to hey, what's up, wagwan, bad producer, send me a rhythm. Doesn't work like that. So incorrect, I don't comment on.
It's good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing? My name is such and such.
And the reason why you're texting me, like I said, I'm fully available for anyone reaching out to me.
Okay.
Just do it the correct way, and then we can go from there.
Definitely. Kim Kelly's on the line. Kim Kelly, you need to reach out. Definitely need to reach out.
Oh, we are actually, Kim Kelly is on the juggling I'm talking about. So
nice.
That's a big bad rhythm soon drop. So she knows. Yeah.
Tifah, I want to thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule. I know you're sitting in the car. You got stuff to do. You're a busy woman. But I'm
actually taking my mom home. She's actually outside waiting.
Tell Maria said hi, and she did an amazing job with you. Good luck with everything, and we'll definitely stay in contact, okay? I appreciate you as a woman doing this for the rest of us.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great afternoon, love.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello, people. That was the fix, Michelleg G. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on the live. EXO, thank you. I am on Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Bye.